The friend zone. Every guy's worst nightmare. Nothing hurts more than a female saying, "Oh, you're such a wonderful person. You take such good care of me. You make me so happy. You're my best friend." The word friend is every guy's worst nightmare. Nothing hurts more than doing everything you can for a girl just to have her tell you that she only sees you as a friend. Most guys are unaware that life works in mysterious ways. Before you can comprehend women, you must first grasp how life works. Men and women are biological beings. They have a symbiotic relationship with nature, and it is a highly sophisticated one. Nature has, after all, wired our brains in a very precise way. We have some basic algorithms in our minds that run without our conscious mind having any control over them. This is referred to as programming instinct. For a moment, consider how the mating game works. Men are visually stimulated beings. Visual stimuli, such as perceived attractiveness, stimulate them more. Remember that the keyword is perceived. This is because most women are deemed gorgeous regardless of where they are or how lovely she is objectively. A man's biological programming evaluates a woman's beauty based on factors such as her hip-to-waist ratio and the symmetry and sharpness of her face. This is only a generalization, as most men have different notions about what constitutes beauty. Some guys prefer petite noses, while others prefer larger ones. This disparity in perceived attractiveness can be traced back to ancient times. If you've spent any time on the internet, you've probably heard of the ancient Chinese custom of women having to tie their feet since childhood in order to acquire lotus feet. This was due to the Chinese men's profound reverence for the lotus foot. And for men, the hip-to-waist ratio has been and continues to be one of the most aesthetically engaging factors. In short, visual stimuli were extremely essential to guys. Without visual stimuli stimulating a man's mind, mating is just not feasible. That isn't to argue that pictures don't stimulate women. They just aren't as important to them. It's more of a homing mechanism built into our brains as men. No matter how intellectually occupied he is or how busy he is with other things in his life, the homing mechanism puts everything on hold when he sees a lady. Now you understand why when you see a gorgeous woman, everything goes blank. Let us now discuss what is important to women. Men are drawn to perceived attractiveness, whereas women are drawn to perceived power. I cannot emphasize how vital perceived power is. Let us return to the topic of nature and biology. Women are the ones who carry life and are responsible for expansion of species. The female of the species is responsible for the species expansion, gene pool reigning, and evolution. With such a massive responsibility ahead of them, it's only natural for women to be drawn to the strongest, most valued, most powerful male they can find. Keep in mind that word power is highly subjective. It could imply one thing to one person and something quite another to another. But at its most basic, power is defined as a man's ability to do tasks, the ability to produce results. So, what does it mean to get things done? When we think about it, even money may get things done. Does this suggest that every man with money is successful with women? Do they have any issues with women? Let's talk about influence. Influence may also get things done. Is it true that every influential man has a spotless track record with women? What about fame? Many guys assume that fame will bring them ladies and that nothing will go wrong if they are renowned. But consider Johnny Depp and everything he had to go through. Now that we've proved that money, influence, and celebrity do not equal power. So what precisely is power? Let's return to the biological discussion we were having. Women are hardwired to notice things that males do not say. They are quite good at reading between the lines. Whenever they come into contact with a man, hundreds of observations and calculations begin to take place subconsciously in her brain. She may be completely unaware of this. However, her brain is subconsciously providing her with all of the knowledge she requires about the man. She can tell whether he's insecure or out of sorts. It makes no difference whether he is wealthy, powerful, or well-known. Women are particularly sensitive to these factors. So, even if you're not rich, prominent, or famous, a woman will be able to detect that you're a potential mate if you can establish a perception of yourself as powerful. This is the definition of perceived power. Even if you're not wealthy, influential, or even if you're a complete nobody, if you can convince her that you have power, that you are a man who is entirely confident in himself, you will become immune to the friend zone. However, apparent power cannot be created without personal power. If you don't have personal power, you won't be able to demonstrate the apparent power that women crave. That is why it is essential to first grow and improve yourself as a man. Be financially and physically robust. Above all, have faith in yourself. Don't be self-conscious. If you want to be in control, practice seed retention. The first step in the process of self-improvement is seed retention. Remove the poison of modern culture from your thoughts. Only then will you be able to work on self-improvement. This is how you gain personal power, and thus perceived power. With that said, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content like this in the future. Why not like the video too? It will greatly help the channel.